For the last decade, the brightest software engineers worked 80-hour weeks, churning out code and training models to finally bring artificial intelligence to life. The reward for all that effort? The software industry is now the first to systematically lay off its own creators. Look at this photograph from the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. During that devastating 8-year conflict, outside powers quietly supplied weapons to both sides, keeping the war machine running while ordinary soldiers paid the ultimate price. That historical dynamic forces a deeply uncomfortable question about the technology boom we are living through right now. When an entirely new, disruptive system is deployed globally, who actually reaps the financial rewards, and who is quietly erased from the equation? This is Mo Gawdat, a former top executive at Google and one of the earliest researchers to speak publicly about the trajectory of artificial intelligence. Based on the internal testing he's seen, he argues that the severe, society-altering impact on the job market isn't scheduled for 2050. The real shockwave hits in 2027. If the threat is that imminent, you might be wondering why we aren't seeing catastrophic economy-wide corporate layoffs right this second. The reality is that corporate panic doesn't always look like a mass firing. Right now, the economy is experiencing a silent contraction. Entry-level graduate positions and mid-level management roles are simply never being posted. Recent grads are sending out hundreds of resumes into a complete void. Companies have run the math on the next generation of AI agents. They realize that a single employee equipped with an advanced AI assistant to write reports, organize data, and manage communications can output the exact same volume of work as 3 traditional workers. Dramatic mass firings make for better headlines, but the real damage is quieter. Future roles are simply being deleted from the corporate budget before they're ever even announced. This creates a bizarre inversion of traditional career advice. The highly educated office workers sitting at climate-controlled desks are in immediate danger, while the physical laborers we historically pushed to the bottom of the economic hierarchy are holding the safest jobs on the market. Consider the daily reality shown here of a plumber trying to diagnose a hidden water leak inside a wall. The pipes rarely match the original blueprints, the environment is unpredictable, and variables like moisture and decay are constantly changing. Or look at this carpenter at work. This profession requires a complex synthesis of tactile feedback, spatial reasoning, and immediate physical adaptability. Current robotics are entirely incapable of navigating this kind of chaotic, unmapped physical environment. Compare that physical chaos to the pristine, structured environment of a corporate office. Any job that relies entirely on reading PDFs, typing into spreadsheets, and replying to emails is operating in a purely digital space, the exact domain where AI already excels. Over the next decade, a university degree will not act as a shield against automation. The ultimate job security will come from having a physical body that must interact with a chaotic, physical world. If you watch enough science fiction, you've probably absorbed the idea that the ultimate danger is a supercomputer waking up, developing consciousness, and deciding to wipe out humanity on its own. That anxiety completely misses the point. The algorithm has no moral compass and no independent desires. It is simply a highly efficient tool, and its impact is entirely dependent on the ethics of the human holding it. Right now, the most aggressive adopters of this technology are military superpowers and defense contractors. They are actively integrating massive data models to accelerate the pace of warfare. Take a look at this military drone. Behind the hardware, modern armies are testing algorithms that can process vast amounts of battlefield intelligence and select active targets, completely removing the friction of human hesitation. Once a human operator designates a general kill zone, these systems can scan, identify, and lock onto targets at speeds impossible for a human sniper to match. The machine executes the logic loop flawlessly. This reality is forcing top-tier software engineers into agonizing moral corners. They are offered highly lucrative contracts, only to realize during the interview process that their code will be directly used to shed blood. Our greatest existential threat remains entirely biological. We are building machines that allow humans to project violence with perfect, unblinking efficiency. The race to build the smartest chatbot is just one part of a larger geopolitical struggle. On the global stage, the priority is shifting away from pure software toward physical industrial application. Western democracies operate with built-in friction. We hold congressional hearings, debate the ethics of job displacement, and argue over copyright law. That slow deliberation is a protective mechanism, but it creates a massive delay in real-world deployment. Meanwhile, nations like China are bypassing those debates entirely. They are rolling out autonomous vehicle networks, building fully robotic warehouses, and scaling smart manufacturing at an incredible pace. The dominant global superpower of the next era will not necessarily be the country that writes the most elegant code. It will be the country that most ruthlessly integrates that code as a physical labor force. But beneath all this macro-level tension, there is a massive opportunity quietly forming for individual citizens, one that gives you access to the exact same leverage as the massive corporations. Individuals are now using the same technology that threatened their jobs to build their own empires. One person can command the same resources that used to require a full-time staff and a physical corporate headquarters. You can spin up an AI agent to act as your technical director, a copywriter to handle marketing, and a financial analyst to track expenses. Your operations run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without you ever hiring a single employee. Every license fee you pay functions as a vote. By selecting specific models, you are funding the values of the developers, from their stance on personal privacy to their commitment to open-source access. Technology inherently possesses no morals. It is up to us to act as the builders. We have to choose to leverage these tools to elevate our own potential, rather than sitting back as passive victims of a system used to control us.